Good morning, it's 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. to wake up to this. You got it. Look at the mess already. Chemtrails everywhere. Everywhere. It's just, look at this. Already dispersed. They've been spraying all night. I watched them spray last night. Oh, dang. Man, I don't know what the weather report is yet. You can see we got some activity. See if I can reel them in. First thing in the morning, and we got ourselves a red bad boy. I have no idea what the weather report is. I just woke up. I can't sleep anymore. The noise from the jets have woken me up. But they're spraying. There's the red bad boy already. And here's the part of the nasty plume he left as he went over that little bit of plume. And when you saw him just previously, he wasn't spraying that heavily. Imagine that. Alright, here's the AccuWeather weather report. Eastern Standard Time now. So you do the math to find out your time slot, okay? And here's what we got going on. We got some chemtrailing. Yep, you can see where they're chemtrailing. See, that's where they're zapping that. All that gray and white, that's all the chemtrails. You can see how they finally let go of New Mexico a little bit. Texas still getting hit pretty good. Okay, East Coast now, no more chemtrailing. Seems like they're hitting this area here through Colorado, Nebraska. You see what I see. Okay, there's chemtrailing almost the whole western side of the country today. We'll be back to show you the rest. Here's the Weather Channel weather report starting at 9:30 a.m. Cottonwood, Arizona. Sunny, 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 all the way to 3 p.m. And as I fast forward it from 3 on, it says sunny all day. So, we saw the AccuWeather. Yeah, we already saw what was going on earlier. We're going to keep you informed, show you what goes on. Here we go. So we got ourselves possibly a red tail. Or a silver bullet with a funny nozzle attachment. Wow. Let me back them off, show you the plume. It's one of those intermediates. If you saw the AccuWeather forecast, it had a little bit of gray. That doesn't mean real heavy spraying. It's white is where the real heavy spraying is. So, just gonna try to verify, figure it out. When we see gray, it might be this intermediate spray. He's going nice and slow, laying the plume across our sky. Getting back to this guy, this plume is coming out kind of unsymmetrical. It's kind of just, see the waves in there? Look how that stuff's just spewing out. That can't be good. See that? The one rail on the tops just seems to be more wavy than the bottom rail. Here's what we got. About 10:30 in the morning. Weather report's correct. This is the western sector. Over that mountain. As I pan to the northern sector, you can kind of see that haze back in there. Not a lot of action, just haze. Way in the back as I started heading northeast, we do have some cartoon clouds back in there, leftovers. And then back over here in that eastern sector. Yeah, you got it. You can see the grid already built from that whole eastern sector. See it back there? It's just all soot way in the back. Possible fin work right on the top up there. But there you see, I wonder if it's coming this way. I do not know. We're gonna keep our eyes open. We head to that southern sector. That's where it's always super hazy. Super hazy back in there. But so far so good. Jets are limited action with no plume or intermediate plume or the invisible plume. We don't know for sure, but we know we can't trust them. Got ourselves a silver bullet. Around 11 o'clock. See? No visible plume. Interesting. So we got something coming this way, going east. Looks like a red tail, but I can't be sure. The sun's to my back into the viewfinder. I'm struggling as it is, but just want to show you what they're doing. Intermediate plume. They're bringing that light gray in. See that? Check out this red tail. Look at that son of a bitch. Unsymmetrical plume again on the one side. And look how low he is. Look how I got him in this viewfinder. He's so freaking low. I mean, if you're that low and going that slow, there wouldn't be no friggin' plume on the end of that jet stream. When are people gonna get a clue to this? There's a perfect example of the passenger jet Air Force. It's not an F-16, but it is one of their red tails. Converted passenger jet that they carry the soldiers in. Look at that. My God, look at that plume. This is directly in my eyes, so I'm doing the best I can, but we got another guy coming the other way. So they're building that intermediate grid that you really can't see yet. And that's, I guess, the gray that's showing up on that satellite radar as they try to move some soot in this way. And to further document, I just moved to the other side of my house. And there's another guy going parallel with that guy, but off in the horizon a little more. So you can see they're making the grid at the same time. Looks like a silver bullet. So now I just need another one to come the other way. Now look, I've gone for a couple minutes and look what this guy left. Yep. Just had to fill in a little bit. Connect some of these cloudoids that have moved in. But yeah, real covert. Here we go, it's about 12:30. Silver bullet, this is about the time they said that gray was going to come in on AccuWeather. We're going to go in about an hour or so and update the AccuWeather forecast. But this is another silver bullet, just going ahead and spraying some plume in there, intermediate. Make our day miserable. See little cloudoids still all broken up over here. You know, that must be that little light gray that they said was moving in. It's pretty funny once you understand what's going on. You can see right on time, here comes another guy the other way. Look at the plume coming out of that back tail fin nozzle. See, there's no need for this. And then seconds later, look at this guy. Look at him. It's like a blue bottom silver bullet. He's spraying some nice plume. See, there's more action today in the last 3 hours or so than on some of these days where there's no flights. What gives with that? Now look at this guy go like a bat out of hell. He's moving pretty quick. He's pretty low. Silver bullet, no plume. Interesting. Here we go. We got another one just seconds later. God, I don't know how many it is. It's not even 1 o'clock in the afternoon yet. how slow he's going, how low he is. I mean, if I'm getting him this good, see what I'm saying? They're up to something. Here's a prime example of these so-called clouds. People think they're clouds. Cloudoids, because you can see the wisps. It's all falling apart. See that? Up in there you can see the wisps. It's not real. It may look real. They look like fractals. Clouds used to be rounder. Not so rough around the edges. Look at this plume this guy left. Look how nasty that is. It's falling real fast. It'll soon be at the level of those cloudoids, which we know aren't real because they're way too low. Well, these things are almost right on top of me. Moments later, like I says, it never stops. Every day. Like I said, this has only been a few minutes later. Clearly out of that back tail fin nozzle. See it for yourself. Silver bullet. Medium range plume. 5 minutes later, we got this guy blowing this lengthy plume. Check this silver bullet out. Look at the size of that rail. As they continue the grid work, even though you're not suspecting it, you can see what they're doing. See the fuselage tanks on the fuselage. That's where it's all spewing out. He's got one of those, looks like a 1 barrel, but it's actually a 2 barrel. But isn't that something? Look at the size of that rail. My God. Look how long that is. Man. And moments later, another silver bullet. Man. It's just, look at, you can see it coming out of the tail fin nozzle. But look over here, you can see the wisps already. My God, look at the wisps, all breaking apart. Got a few cloudoids over here that are breaking apart too. So much for the sunny day. You could call it mostly sunny, but I wouldn't say sunny. So we're going to go in and check that weather report real soon here too. See if they changed that in midstream like they did yesterday. Here we got a guy coming out of the horizon. Cow, it's just one jet after another all day long. And these silver bullets are the really nasty guys on these days. Look at the plume. Wow. Look at that, come out of that nozzle. And look what we got here. Let me show you what's about to happen here. I got a guy spraying here. Okay. And then over here, I got another guy. I don't know if you can see him or not. But back to this guy. I know we got him. Okay. Follows the rail back. And then that guy was right up in there. I don't know if you can see him. The sun is so bright in my eyes. There he is. So they're going back and forth. Having a good old time polluting their skies. But the funny thing about it, if you drop a piece of paper on the highway, you get a fine. If these guys are dumping toxic chemicals in our air. It's See the hypocrisy and all of that. And then seconds later, we got another guy, looks like a red tail in that red tail area. Won't be able to tell till I blow it up. He's into the trees. But they're just non-stop. Something about getting close to that 2 o'clock hour brings out the best in these bad boys. Looks like we got another silver bullet. They're really making that grid from east to west and west to east. That guy waited until he got into that plume before he started spraying. Friggin' blue bottom or something. And now he's lacing the plume over top of that lighter plume. See what they're up to. Oh my gosh. Guy right in there spraying as well. They just crossed their paths. I'm gonna go back to this guy down here and see if he turns off his plumes. Let me just see if he turns that off. Nah, he's continuing on. Damn. That son of a bitch. You know, I really didn't think I was going to get a lot of footage today, but was I wrong? These guys have been spraying non-stop. Large plumes, intermediate plumes, invisible plumes. My God. For what? A little bit of wisps in the sky to cover it? That is just... These people need to be shot. There's that same guy. Look what's going to happen here. Watch what happens as I go over to the side here. I got another guy that just crossed his path going the other way. See that? So they're continuing the crisscross grid pattern. Further evidence of what they're doing on these clear skies days. Because there's no need for it. This is too precise. As I pan up in there at southern sky, you can see the wisp everywhere. Look at that. All chemtrailed. A few cloudoids still that haven't been busted up, but they're working real hard on that, trying to push them down. You can see back in that other sector, be the northern section, another guy spraying another line. I gotta go in another half hour or so. I'm gonna check on the weather report to see exactly how they changed that up. Got a little action headed for the plume. 2 o'clock. He heads right in there. There has been nothing but jets back and forth and back and forth. And just totally amazing. Yeah, we got another silver bullet coming up right above me now. Like I says, it just never stops. I didn't think there'd be this much action. But there is a lot of action today. The blue bottom silver bullet. Spewing out of that back nozzle. See, heads for the plume. He's heading right into the plume. See that? Just to make it more thicker and plumier. Confuse you. All right, we're back to show you that updated forecast by the Weather Channel. There you see, 3 p.m. It still says sunny across the board. Look at that. Sunny, 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 clear as it gets into the evening. Well, we already know that that's not true. It's mostly sunny, if anything, with chemtrail activity and a bunch of cloudoids that they built up from before. Now, with the AccuWeather forecast, there you see in that upper left-hand corner, the Eastern Standard Time. Just do the math for your time zone. Here we're at right here. You can see they're still spraying. See right in there? That's where I'm at. That's why they're still spraying. It's supposed to be sunny, but there's not. So that means all this in New Mexico, whoops, sorry about that. That's all spray job. Colorado sprayed. Texas finally over to the eastern sector. Give those guys over here in the Western side, a little bit of a break, but look at that in those southeastern states. Oh, yeah, Louisiana's getting hit probably heavily with chemtrails, all the way up to Missouri. And then there you see all of that. Canada, well, I feel sorry for you. We know why they're doing it to you. It's the methane. We know this. And we feel for you. Trust us. We feel for you. It's about 3:30. They're still going to town. Look at this silver bullet coming through here. And if I can bring in the other guy who's showing no plume going the other way. Let me see if I can reel him in. He's way back in here. There he is. See him? Oh, I lost him. There he is. He's went the other way. So that invisible plume was ever in there. This guy has just crossed the path. Proof again that they're still gridding it. Whether you see it or not, they're building that grid. That's why the show is called Grid Work. As you see, it's almost 4:30. They're continuing to spray. Look at this rail on this guy. Let me see if I can reel him in and see what he is. Looks like a silver bullet. They've been doing a lot of the damage today. Well, it's hard to tell. I could have been one of those F-16s. But look at the plume right across our sky. See the length of that? Pretty long. And he's still cruising. And it looks like he's going up. See? Oh, yeah. Is he lacing a nice plume there? That's nice grid. Alright, I'm back outside in the wide open. You can see up there what's going on. Another guy way back there. He's spraying. You can see in the air all the chemtrail lines. Look at that. One right after another as they got a nice light grid going. And then up here I got another guy. My God, they're just hitting us from every angle. And it's supposed to be a sunny sky day. According to the weather report, you saw the AccuWeather, how they're bringing in those chemtrails, and that's exactly what they've done. Just like I tried to tell you. Cartoon clouds in the background, broken up from some heavier trailing. See that? That'll all be black. That'll all break up soon. Same thing over here. You can see the wisps all breaking apart out of those cloudoids, forming more wisps, more trails everywhere. That back horizon in that east sector, you can see the trails all gridded down. We're almost like in a complete dome, a soot dome. Maybe that's what we should call it. We're under the soot dome now. We're under the soot dome. Maybe we should call Mad Max under the soot dome. Maybe you can help us out. Well, here's a little more evidence of the grid. You can see the X there. So I pan over here. You can see it up there. They're still continuing the grid. This guy just went by in the horizon over here. And look what they're doing back in there. See? See what they're doing? So there you have it. Alright, I just finished my workout. And they are still spraying. And as I pan back this way, we got a guy up in there spraying. You can see the grid that's already been built there. And I'm going to show you a little bit more as I hit the horizon. Okay, we're back. It's about 6 o'clock. We're getting close to 6. And look what's at the top of that mountain. You got it. It's a chemtrail there. I don't know if you can see that one there. Sun's right in my eyes. Okay, and we see that one there. And then above that, there's the end piece, and then this guy coming over here. You see, it's just a non-stop assault. But what I want to show you here that's important is look at the soot in the reflection of that sunlight on that mountain. You can see the soot. Look how thick that is in there. Now that is just absolutely notorious. So if it's there, it's here right where I'm standing. Look how thick that is. As I pan over here, look how thick that soot is.
My gosh, and if you look into that northern sector, you can see the lines of the chemtrails. The grid, all hazy back there. You can see the grid's almost completely built back in there as it hazes over for the night. You can see the lines way up at the top. As I keep panning into the eastern sector, you can see the soot. That'll all be black when the sun goes down. You can see the double rails back in there. Actually, it's more than double rails, but you can see the double rails real easy. Back in there, oh, look at this. We got some cartoonies back in there. That'll blow up pretty soon. As I pan into that eastern sector, you can see the lines. I don't even have to show you. You can see it for yourself. Look at the soot, look at the haze. It's all right there. They did a lot of damage today, even though nobody'd even notice it. Looking back up here where that other bomb is, you can see the X. My God. We'll be back before the sun goes down to show you everything. All right, it's just after 6, and let me show you what we got going here. They're still continuing to spray. See it there. This assault today was unbelievable, and they kept the skies somewhat blue. As I pan up here, you can see the bomb this guy left. Trees in the way to show you the rest of it, but as I pan down here, here's another guy over here. See, it's just never gonna stop. Jets everywhere spraying. That intermediate plume, we've seen big plumes, we've seen invisible plumes. Every little bit mixed and matched today. Getting back to this guy, we also got this guy right underneath them. Oh, he went into the trees. See there? So we got multiple jets everywhere right now. Look what this guy is doing. Let me bring him in. Let it focus a bit. Oh, I lost him. Let me try this again. He's way out there. I know you saw him earlier, but I'm just going to pan it back here so you can see what destruction he has done. Look at that chemtrail bomb he left. Look at all the way across the sky. On top of that other bomb there, look at, see that one there? And then he laced that one right over the top. All the friggin' way down. See that? Oh my gosh. And then this guy up here, all over top of those existing chemtrails. See the wisp there? Fins, wisps, soot, everything. Then this bomb back in there too. See that bomb back in there? Uh-huh. Yeah, you might not always see that if you're not looking for it. But isn't that notorious what that guy has done? Look at that. Is there need for this? My God. Wow. Just look what this guy just did. Right over top that existing plume. Hard to tell who he is. Let me back it up so you can see. He went right over top of that other rail there. Onslaught continues. All right, Joe Clyde, AscensionPathway.com and the Evan Payne YouTube channel. Wednesday, April 1st, April Fool's Day, but there is no fool. I guess the joke is on you people who don't know what the hell is going on. Let me just show you what's happening in that western sky. There's that guy that just went by. Showing you him. And then as I pan him out, look over here. Here's that rail that guy left through there. You can see the leftover wisps from other trailing. If you look over here, you can see the double rails up in there. Back down here, the wisps are all, you got even some fin work back in there. Wisps, fins, whatever you want to call it. Over here, you can see where they crossed the grid again. A couple of times with the double rails. There and there. With those rails going all the way across. Look at the wisps. As we get away from the sunlight in the southern sector, you can see as the soot starts to turn black. And you can see that soot back in there. Look at the hazy soot. Wow. The hazy soot. You can see the pink still on the top from the fulcrum point. Look at the black soot down in there. Let me bring it in for you. You can see it. Look at those trails. They're all turning black. Look back in here. Let me back it off. Pan it over here. So now you'll be able to see it. You can see some of the grid work back in there, all breaking apart. See the trails turning black. Not white, black. You can see the soot falling out of that trail. Look at that soot. Oh my gosh. And people thought today was a beautiful, nice day. This was a notorious day. Look at the lines. It almost looks like a guitar. Look at, there's the E string on top, then the A and the D. Come on, man. Look at that. Now, and look, add insult to injury. Just adding more insult to injury as another guy keeps, I mean, is there need for this? Do we need this? You know, they're not, the sun has gone down. I don't know, man. This is getting insane. Anyway, we're going to call it a night. I can't take it no more. I got to get this loaded up on YouTube. So have a great night and help support our operation. It just never stops. I try to end the program and you get another guy like this. You can see the color of the trail reflecting off the sunlight. What happened to the white trail? See what I'm saying? It's the reflection off the sun. That'll all be black when the sun goes down.